Welcome to this episode of Lead the Stack, Horizon8's podcast series focused on the ideas shaping enterprise technology and software delivery. In this episode, Wells is joined by Manny Yang, Principal Engineer and Architect at Horizon8, to discuss our latest white paper, From Super Individual to Super Organization. We hear a lot about how AI is helping individual developers work faster. But what does it take to translate those gains across an entire organization? Wells and Manny discuss exactly that, what it takes to move beyond individual productivity and build a truly AI-native organization. Let's listen in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lead the Stack, Horizon8's podcast, where we explore the ideas, technologies, and engineering practice shaping the future of enterprise software. I'm your host, Wells. Over the past couple of years, we've witnessed something remarkable in software engineering. AI coding assistants and autonomous agents have changed what a single engineer can accomplish. Tasks that once required hours or even days can now be accomplished in minutes. But as exciting as that progress has been, we've started noticing a deeper question emerging. So if AI can make one engineer 10 times more productive, does that mean an organization become 10 times more productive as well? Or is there another bottleneck waiting for us? Because when the ability to generate code become almost unlimited, the challenges we used to overlook suddenly become much more visible. For example, how do we define the right requirements? How do we preserve the architectural consistency? How do we make sure AI-generated outputs is trustworthy, compliant, and aligned with business goals? And this is exactly the conversation I want to have today with my guest, Manny Yang. Manny is the principal architect at Horizon8, and he has been deeply involved into the enterprise modernization program, helping larger organizations navigate these transitions into an AI-native world. Manny, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Wells. Glad to have a chance to talk here.
Excellent. So I'll start with the first question, Manny. So over the past few years working with enterprise customers, you've had a unique perspective on how AI is changing software delivery. I'm kind of curious, what was the moment when you realized that simply making individual engineers more productive was not the whole story?
Yeah, actually, since last year and especially this year, we have seen that the productivity of some of the individual developers in the company has been progressively increasing, and that includes about what you have been talking about, 3 to 10 times more productive the average, including those other ones using AI agent in their development still. So we have been expecting that these ones as team leaders or project managers will lead their team to follow their best practice and make the whole team more productive. And actually, the team member has been inspired and trying to follow. But to our surprise, we didn't see that happen naturally. Not everyone just get the habit turnover because of inspiration. So actually, we found out that the productive ones who is very good at using AI agent in their development and management works,
What do we call super individuals, right?
they're building a very good practice of incrementally pile up their knowledge and their good practice into their daily work into a form that is learned by their agent. So the agent grow with their experience and building things and making things happen faster and faster. It's an iterative process, not happening on day one. And others, while inspired, does not learn about this in iterative process. So that's why after some few months or half a year later, the gap are just being um, bigger and bigger, not being smaller. So that's the fundamental discovery we found that we need to build this culture or this process to enable iterative improvement, to make our team to work faster, to deliver or move forward faster. It won't be just someone hero bring a team to be a hero team. That doesn't happen naturally. So that's that's the moment why we think that we need a method to transfer individuals into another approach to enable iterative improvement organization-wide.
Yeah, we have seen many cases in the same similar situation. So some of the individuals became more powerful while others are not. But the overall output is not significantly improved by the team. That's why I think there would be a need of the changes in software engineering to keep the pace of the AI development. So what's your view that the change of the software engineering would be happen? For example, I know that we discussed the three-layer framework to facilitate this kind of collaboration or organizational improvement in the software development.
Yeah, I think firstly, we have found that AI agent has been actually not more than assistant of our work, and someone has viewed them as our co-workers or teammates already. But
Yeah.
yeah, but the key in having productivity in a background of using AI agents, the key is to let it know your context and not repeating yourself every day. If you
Yeah.
say when you developing a piece of software, if you every time you have to tell the agent where to find the your requirements design documentation, you are repeating yourself. Yeah, but I find actually we have to give them a guide or a standard process to look for things and also another process to make sure everything has been written or stored somewhere for AI agents and human to read around about to make right decisions given the context. So that's why the all the agent um, builders they're talking all about context management. In the first place, we have to make the context exist in the first place. Yeah, instead of thinking in our mind, not told only until we type in our keyboard. So
Yeah.
I think that's one thing. Have the context for a project, and even for many project of a organization. Mm, that's that's a key point. Make it available. One way to build it is actually is not a news. Uh, many companies are already building their knowledge base and their uh, skill center. Uh, those are where the organization's knowledge are being concentrated. Um, the one who's doing this better wins the others.
So you're talking about the enterprise level knowledge base, right?
Yeah.
You see, these knowledges would be a architecture hierarchy, or use at the different levels, or you put it into the together?
Yeah, actually, we think of three layers of them. Firstly,
Mm-hmm.
uh, at a very fine-grained granularity, we have the context around one task. That task can be building one of the features of a software, um, or writing just the design or requirements of it, that kind of task. The context needed is the overall project background, the decisions that has been made, the things has been developed and planned that can distinguish this feature or this piece of work from others. So you know what has been and what has not been done. It's to draw a circle of this task, and with this context, the AI agent will do what you need without reaching too far, without doing less than you wanted. That's the kind of context. And also, a task is often not done in the in one round. We will often communicate between others to confirm things or deliver part of it, verify and enhance, improve until it is done. This kind of iterative work all need also another piece of historical context to know how this task has been evolved from the beginning. So this layer, we call it maybe a task level context. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the key is to track everything around this task to be grouped together. And another layer is
Right.
at the project level. At the project level, you would have to index all your documentation, and your code and your tickets, um, your working items all together. So the project manager always have a grasp on the whole thing as well as his
Mm-hmm.
agent. And
Mm.
anytime when you assign a task that is to be done by AI teammates, he can get the whole picture and work as one of the team instead of just focusing on his part. He would be able to touch base with other related tasks and know his impact of code and know the release. Yeah, so this layer is about the project. Also at project level, we would have to also would see some accumulation of standard process. Say we enforce test-driven uh, coding implementation, or we have to
Mm.
do before release. This kind of process may vary between teams, but once that is set up, it would have to be documented and be written as in the form of skills or something to make it pinned down for this project and be followed by everyone, including AI teammates. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then at enterprise level or company level, um, across all the project teams, the departments, there will be common need of standardization of skills and the maintenance of the knowledge bases uh, to improve it, and especially collection of the need for standard process or skills
Mm.
to to collect the need and develop and maintain the quality of those shared knowledge and skills as the key concern from enterprise level. Yeah. So at these three layers, task, project, and enterprise, we all need a focus on maintaining uh, productivity through the use of knowledge and skills, and maintain them um, proactively instead of passively.
Good, good. Yeah, that's very clear. That's the from the three layers, it's very well abstracted of the knowledges into the different granular. So, as you mentioned, this, I mean, personnel of the organization would actively accumulate the knowledge of at the three layers. So you think that it's not mainly a technical architecture, right? It's an organizational operating model. So people would be involved into that, and also is there any mechanism for the system or for the framework to be evolving automatically? Because most recently we are also hearing quite a lot of terms like the recursively improvements. That means that the knowledge base would self-learning all these needed knowledges. You see that it's also doable for us.
Yeah, actually, I think that's two. There's two things to make it happen before enterprise or company will turn from today's working style to a more AI native one. Firstly, the people will have. Well, I think our team members would have to change their roles in team.
The
Yeah,
mindset, yeah.
the mindset. First, before we have the productive AI assistants, we do the things ourselves. And
Right.
nowadays, it is the AI agents doing most of things. We become more and more the decision makers. So everyone should be get used to make just decisions, not executions. The more you do on behalf of a assistant, the more time you waste. So that has to change to be comfortable with not touching with the code too much, but with the design, right? And we will see new roles coming, and actually some of our teammates have been turning in that way. That is, it's a more kind of designing the AI workflow designers. They don't think how they do things, but how AI agents should do things and arrange them in the way AI agents are proficient. Yeah, they organize AI teammates as small development teams. There are developer, tester, and reviewer, UI designer, or AI agents, but they organize, come to him when critical questions is asked. So they have just spend time for the most critical questions. Other times, they let the AI go. And yet another more higher level, there will be a skills maintenance team, more focused on actually having those workflows or best practice arising from the teams to be collected together and be shared among the whole company across all teams. That's another role.
Yeah.
Really work outside of a project, but benefit everyone in the background.
Yeah, that's very interesting, Manny. Yeah. Um, so you are talking about the structure of the AI native company. I mean, the typical the typical structure of the development team of the AI native organization. So, you know, there might be changes because the agents has been able to do almost everything, right? So the structure of the team would be, quite different with the traditional one. One thing is that the latest team structure would be more how to say prototype oriented, which means that it's pretty simple to come up with the prototype by using the AI agents, so that the team can be easily think up on the prototype. Because previously people are talking about the requirements via the descriptions, the speaking descriptions or documents, without the live prototype, because the design is expensive, right? The UI UX design, the wireframe, it'll take time to come up with. However, now it becomes very cheaper and quicker with the AI assistant. So that's why people are talking about to use the prototype for a quick sync up with the team, so that the team would be aligned with the one source of truth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know that the Horizon 8 also applied these the newer structure to have a quicker development for our clients. So this is really good. And yeah, we talked quite a lot about the engineering process. But there's one thing we need to seriously consider, which is the security and compliance. That makes the CIOs and CTOs lose their sleep overnight. So from your practice, what's your view, or what's your how to say, best practice to fulfill these security requirements and also the compliance?
Actually, starting we have better AI that can produce thousands of lines of code in an hour or even minutes. The issue we have now is how to ensure the quality of those code is complying with our standards, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of still a quality engineering process. Most of our quality engineering practice before the AI days is still work. That is testing. But with AI, we have another way, a slightly different way, is to let AI to put more efforts on the quality assurance by themselves. Yeah. Firstly, at requirement and design time, um, we can use AI agents to do the reviews for completeness, soundness, and non-contradictory logical things. This kind of aspects can all be validated by agents themselves for multiple times. And an interesting finding is that uh, running review with AI multiple times can achieve a very good quality. Although the first review may not find the things that is discovered in later ones, but we do discover a convergence after some 3 or 4 reviews. There was no new
Interesting.
items found, and even human beings cannot find more um, review items that has been already listed there. So this pattern can make our design more sound before being implementation. Uh, and yes, also you mentioned that the prototype is a very good thing to grasp real requirements from the uh, business analyst or from the end users. Yeah, building a prototype today is much cheaper than before. We
Yeah.
can have instantly in a minute um, have something to review, and that's another kind of review to get things just to the bit required by the users. And with the requirements quality and design quality controlled, we don't worry too much about having some functionality that is not wanted. And
Hmm.
after the security and compliance review, we have both static code analysis and also AI assistant special reviews for security. And this year we have seen the improvements in this AI assisted security review have a big progress. They are looking for very complex, um, yeah, the attacking phase and the threat modeling can be handled now. Um, yeah, and although most of the developers are not security engineer, not proficient in that way, AI agent can actually um, fill that gap and be very serious on the security aspect of the code and make it more robust. So um, yeah, it looks like building a lot of code every day can be dangerous, but as long as you put the AI force on it, more on the quality control side, less on the building side, then you are okay actually, and you are still just left with critical questions. Say some of the security architecture design maybe is on call for human, but most of the detail can just be finally fixed by um, AI agents.
One last question, Manny. Let's by before we close our podcast. But this question is also critical and serious. You think that's the super organization would retire every human beings, and for another words, every human software engineers would continue their work in the future, or it's totally be replaced by the AI agents?
Actually, at a glance, we may have this thinking at the beginning, but now I don't think so. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because firstly, when our productivity is increased, we
Mm,
can get more done. I think in the
right.
software world, we have always been holding things because we don't have time. So now we do have time. We can get more done or get things done better with much less effort. Why not? Right?
Mm,
Yeah, I remember there are days we argue about the testing coverage, say from 60% coverage to 90% is a
right.
big job. Now it's
Yes.
just one one sentence request to the AI agent, make it
Yeah.
English, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
with this, we just should be seeking for more meaningful things to do.
Okay.
Those can actually increase our workload to be a few times larger, but still within our reach with AI assistant. And another way is actually we have talked about that we can change our roles. We don't
Mm,
do the hard work of coding ourselves. We change our mind to think more about how to train the agents, how to tell them to serve us.
mm.
They have still a lot to learn. We have still a lot of to teach, right? This can be at least years of work to teach AI agents to adapt to our needs. It's far
Mm-hmm.
from fulfilled, and we just sit there and wait their service, right? We are still building things that are serving ourselves.
Good. Good. So yeah. So that's why I think that's the you are telling everyone that the Horizon 8 is more reliable and more productive. If our clients wants to build anything bespoke. Thank you for joining us for the podcast. We learned quite a lot from your practice and your sharing, Manny. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you too. See you next time.
Thanks for listening in. We hope you came away with a few takeaways. If you want access to the full white paper, please click the link below. And we look forward to you joining us on our next podcast. Thank you.